Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tnek127 and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I want to do a little something different, bring you guys a little something extra special. If you're a veteran to my channel, you know I do this pretty much every year. And before we get into it, everyone knows that, well, a few people probably know, not too many, but I had a second channel going on called Big Tactical, where, I want to do like, FPS and shooter news and stuff like that, and pretty much just be a Black T Martin, if you want to put it that way. I don't know, but I just kind of let the channel just fell off. I didn't really do too much with it because I do one shooter I do play a lot is Call of Duty, and I love sharing my input, thoughts, passion, and everything with Call of Duty with you guys here on YouTube. So I figured one video in the mix of all these MMO videos wouldn't hurt. But here we go. My first impressions of Call of Duty World War II, and the reason I thought it was important to give my impressions on it because I doubted this game a lot. Let me tell you guys something. I was a little bit of a sucker for the future thing. Didn't care too much for the music, for the music. Wow, movement. Sorry, but I did like some of the the future CODs. I'm a big fan of games like Killzone and Halo and stuff like that. So the futuristic Call of Duties didn't quite bother me, that much. But I'm really not a fan of like old past shooters. Like I enjoyed Black Ops 1. But like things like World of War and the older Call of Duties that all took place in things like that, and like Battlefield 1 that took place in World War 1, I honestly couldn't stand Battlefield 1. I really didn't enjoy that game too much when I did try it. And I had a lot of doubts with this game. I just hated the thought of it. I was like, man, I'm going to skip Call of Duty this year. But I couldn't have been more wrong. This is probably, as of right now, and I know the game's new, fresh, and I'm saying this a little bit out of hype. But in all honesty, Call of Duty World War II is probably my favorite Call of Duty right now, next to Black Ops 1. Like, when I play this, I get that Black Ops 1, vibe, feel, and, all that fun stuff. Just enjoy the gameplay in the background. It's me playing the new War mode. For those who don't know, Call of Duty War mode is a mode that's similar to Battlefield's Rush. It only has 3 maps available for this mode right now. That's because, they're larger scaled, environmental destructive maps and stuff like that. Kind of like I said, it kind of works like Battlefield 1's Rush. But I've had some time in with the game for a while. I've played fully through the campaign, dabbled with zombies a little bit. I've played the multiplayer for a good few hours. What do I think about it so far? I honestly think the game is amazing. And the cool thing I like about it is, and one thing I was worried about with some of these past shooters is attachments, weapon limitations, and stuff like that. But this game has honestly, cured that phobia, and it's great. People that that like more urban shooters and everything. There's stuff in here, for them too. Like the game doesn't feel, like outdated. It feels urban. It feels, just as good, just as fresh, as like a as another future Call of Duty would, or another Modern Warfare game, or something like that. I don't feel left out. I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed by just old weapons that I know nothing about. No. I can put a reflex sight on my gun. I can use special attachments. All the same tactics, tricks, and everything that I've used in previous Call of Duties work. It's just in the realm of World War II, and it's a great wonderful feeling. There's plenty of character customization, a lot of the supply drops and everything for right now, because we all know how Call of Duty is, how they get with a lot of their supply drops and everything. A lot of stuff in there is cosmetics. You can get different uniforms for your character, helmets, hats, all that fun jazz, all that cool stuff, weapon skins, special versions of weapons. For what it's worth, the weapon variants in here as of right now, they don't provide any significant advantage except 10% XP increase. So, if you get 100 points for a kill, you'll get 110 points. I mean, if somebody wants to be mad about that and call that pay to win, I mean, I guess, but, I really don't care about your 10 extra XP. So, I'm not going to complain about that in this video. But the campaign was amazing. It's a story of brotherhood. It kind of gave me, like a Battlefield Bad Company 2 feel to it, honestly. The way the campaign was set up. It's one of those deep, meaningful campaigns with a lot of, story. You actually, get to know your characters, engage with them and stuff like that, learn about them on a personal level and all those kind of things. And You know, I honestly think, you know, that's one area Sledgehammer has always excelled in, because love or hate Advanced Warfare, I think we can all admit that Advanced Warfare had a great campaign, a really good story. They were the first people, you know, to introduce like real actors into the game and stuff like that. Having Kevin Spacey as the main antagonist and all that stuff in that game, that was really cool. You know, something really fun, really awesome, you know, really refreshing. I'd enjoyed that campaign so much, and I enjoyed this campaign just as much, probably a little bit more. But honestly, guys, when it comes to, you know, how this game feels, how it is and stuff like that, it honestly, you know, just reminds me a lot of Black Ops 1. And I don't mean that just because, you know, of its setting and its look. It's a little bit faster paced than Black Ops 1, but the whole dolphin dive mechanic is back, all that, you know, fun stuff and everything. It literally feels to me a lot like Black Ops 1. The time to kill, honestly, you know, feels similar to me. Probably a wee bit faster. All the classic World War II weapons are in here. You know, the MP40, the M1 Garand. You know, all those bolt action and, you know, single shot long rifles that, you know, and the crazy thing is, all these guns in here are devastating. You know, a lot of them, and they all got a realistic touch. Like submachine guns no longer have, you know, this like super crazy range power, you know, where they can just go around spraying from all kinds of ranges and stuff like that. They have to get up close and personal to you now. Shotguns are brutal. There's all kinds of, you know, wounds and bullet damage. You can blow people's legs, arms, heads off, all kinds of gore and all that stuff. I'm not, you know, the gore, I really don't care too much about. You know, if it's there, cool. If it's not there, I don't really complain. But, you know, I just think, you know, that's an interesting, realistic feature. Honestly, this is the first time in a while I've played a Call of Duty, and I feel like, you know, I have to play it tactical and smart. You know, I don't have to play it, you know, like some silly arcade shooter. You know, don't have to worry about, you know, some guy jetpacking over my head, or, you know, doing some crazy, you know, 1 million degree quick scope nonsense. Now, don't get me wrong, it's Call of Duty. Quick scoping is pretty much in the game's engine. It's here, you know, it's just as deadly as it's always been. But this Call of Duty, you know, it feels good, you know, it feels like it has a sense of strategy and meaningfulness to it. You know, it feels like there's structure and order. It just doesn't feel like, you know, some just tossed up a bunch of players and then, you know, some map and it's just nonsense. You know, every single match I've played has been, you know, really fun or extremely difficult, and took, you know, like a crazy high amount of skill to succeed. And I'm honestly, you know, grateful for that. I love that, and that's honestly, you know, the thing I adore most about this game's multiplayer. So if you guys haven't, you know, be sure you check out Call of Duty World War II. And the most amazing thing about this is the new headquarters mode. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, I was walking around in this little social area. It's disabled right now because of maintenance purposes. But it's basically just like, you know, the tower in Destiny, and, you know, and things like that. So I guess that, you know, gives me a little bit of relevance, you know, bring this game to an MMO channel, because it has one MMO-like feature, I guess. I'm just playing, guys. But anyway, y'all enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me. Make sure you check out Call of Duty World War II if you're a shooter fan. I definitely like it. I'm going to be playing this game all throughout this year. But like I said, guys, enjoy the video. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out. Take care. Till next time.